Okay, American Airlines, you owe me compensation for that 9-hour delay.
Wow.
Even
That's
joking
on.
with you, man. I was stuck in the Minneapolis airport for over 9 hours
If
because they
only the airline.
decided, yes, we're gonna be late. And you know what the funny thing is? You know what the funny thing is?
What?
They can't say
What?
it was weather issues because when we got to Phoenix and when we were still in Minneapolis, the weather was perfectly fine.
Dang.
And when we were on the plane, you know how like the captain has to like wait for confirmation from the tower to be like, yeah, you guys can go.
Yeah.
Literally, that took 10 minutes for some reason. It usually takes a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy that my
Only.
flight wasn't canceled
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
that I would have been pissed.
If only the airport food would have made it worth it. You know.
Yeah, I wanted Chili's. They had Chili's. I wanted
Wow.
some chicken tendies and a peach iced tea, man. But no, I couldn't even get a fucking meal
Mm.
voucher. They were like, we can't do
Yeah.
anything if you're going from a connecting to a direct flight. I was like, fuck off.
Oh, why can't airports give us what we want, audience? You know? Yeah.
For real. If I could have
Mm-hmm.
gotten my money back, I wouldn't have to owe my friend $200 for the plane ticket back.
Dang.
Fucking bullshit. I'm gonna complain online. Other than that,
Mm-hmm.
Uncanny was really fun though.
Oh, it's nice
I
to
got to
hear.
debut my Wild Child cosplay. People actually knew who the fuck I was.
Cool.
Yeah. I even got an
Mm-hmm.
awkward father son picture
Oh.
with Sabretooth.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah,
Oh
that's a
yeah,
story.
we took a cool photo and then I was like, hey, can we do this? And he was like, fuck yeah. So we did it.
There you go. There you go. You know.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Maybe
Mm-hmm.
taking cool photos is the new punk rock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That's a
I get to have fun, okay? If I'm going all the way to Minneapolis for this shit, I'm gonna have fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's by logic.
Exactly. You know. So. Oh, by the way, audience, you're welcome for the cover, for the thumbnail. By the way.
bunch of men and women in their true forms. Okay.
Hey, it takes a lot of work to build up a summer body, Jake, you know?
Takes a whole summer, one would say.
Well, actually, no. Technically, summer bodies are made in the winter, as
You
the
know what?
saying
You know,
goes.
you know what's funny? Danny Rand's face, he looks like a cat.
He looks like a
Yeah,
what?
He looks like a
a
cat.
cat.
You got that cat mouth.
Yeah, it's the beard, you know?
Yeah, you know, there
Oh.
it is. What it is? But
Hmm.
let's get into it.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let me get it started. Well, welcome to Comic Live, news and reviews of the week, audience. You're here with me, Crypto Seeker 415. Again, you're welcome for the thumbnail. So, move on.
Um, yeah, and you're with me, Jake Tylenol, and maybe making good Superman movies is the new punk rock.
Mhm.
I mean, you're not wrong. Anyways, I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he, because I'm not changing them anytime soon.
Mhm.
And I miss Uncanny already, but I'm excited for San Diego. Let's go.
And
Yay.
together we form the Fanatics -1 because you see, yesterday Austin killed Witch, and so today Witch came back and killed
Mhm.
Austin, and so now the
Yeah.
cycle
Yeah.
is complete, and so
Yeah.
this will be
Yes, I got my revenge. You should have
yeah.
seen the way I came back. It was nuts.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. I was like, this is crazy, and so
Yeah,
now
it was. It was also low key kind of terrifying too.
yeah,
Mhm.
the death
Saw
knell.
like the muscle come back onto bone and everything like that, and then flesh. It was a whole thing. It was fun though.
It was wild, and so now, as the Fanatics on our special Tuesday nights, we review the comic books. Okay, we did talk about Superman. Three of us and four in spirit. We had
Mhm.
we had the legendary Philly, his soul cameoed for us.
Yeah. I
That's
used the rest of my energy to bring Philly to
Yeah.
Superman.
So he wasn't there, but his spirit was there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Exactly. I was able to grab his ass from the underworld and put him there in spirit.
but if you're here to see Superman fight Israel and what our thoughts on that was, go. Oh, I'm sorry, not Israel. The whatever fake country, but Bolshevik.
Yeah.
Not Israel.
He
A
could.
gibberish
He
name.
could've.
A gibberish name. Like, you
If
know.
you want to see Lex Luthor invent Zionism, the movie, go watch Superman, and then go back and watch our review on the film. So.
But but before you do that, I hear we have this thing called socials, right? Which
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
First of all, you could subscribe to us because I said so. You can also follow us on our Twitter at ComicFanatic69 because I told you to. But if you don't do that, follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U because I said so. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at witch_of_Jotunheim. You'll find some shit. That's where you also get most of my new cosplay photos from Uncanny this year. It was a lot of fun. I got to hang out with some friends. I made my friends watch K-pop Demon Hunters. It was great. Yeah, you can also find me on Tumblr and Blue Sky at Northstar Aria. I need to post on Blue Sky more. And also Red Nose Xiaohong Shu at Witch of Jotun. And if you want to support me financially or just probably see some work in progresses here and there, you can find me on Ko-Fi at Witch of Jotunheim because I said so. So follow me on my shit. Austin is dead because he tried to kill me and he failed because obviously I'm here again.
We got his dumbass.
Yeah, Crypt is in the same spot as always, and Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I put you?
You know what? I'll tell you later tonight.
Okay, I trust you.
Oh, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a cool lineup of books for you. We got Avengers Academy. We got Fantastic Four. All right. We got we got some returning. We got another returning one. You know, Avengers Academy and Bionicle. You know, but we have a mystery book. A mystery book that we will be reviewing. That I will be reviewing. No one on this channel knows what it is. I never talked about it. I've been reading it for multiple weeks, and I have said nothing.
You know what, Jake? We gotta read and talk about ElfQuest together one of these days.
One of these days. But you know, it's a mystery book that nobody on this channel knows what it is, and it's gonna be out of left field. But I'll tell you this much: it has been a YouTube ad that has been annoying me for months, and I finally just read it.
Yeah, I just got back on premium. Thanks, Alexis. Shout out. So I don't get ads anymore, and I get downloads.
Which won't even know this one. That's why I was gonna. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, keep in mind, I didn't get book ads when I did have ads.
Okay.
I don't know why I kept getting like diaper and political ads. That's all I've been getting for some reason.
Dang.
Well, okay.
Also period ads.
Well, I'll tell you this one. I'll give you guys a hint. It's if you're a fan of our B negative gag, this is the
right? Gotcha. But before we get into the negatives, let's talk about like one of the positives of the week, audience. Let's go on to the first book of the week.
Well, I wouldn't say this is a full-on positive, but I.
Which is this actually dog shit? I never want to talk
No, let me
about
explain. Let me explain. So we're talking about the Marvel Swimsuit Special, friends, foes, and whatever rivals. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So if anyone who doesn't know, in the 90s, Marvel decided to capitalize on the popularity of Sports Illustrated by releasing a couple magazines, 4 magazines, and a secret 5th one as well. Don't worry about that one. Basically having all of their, not all of them, but a lot of their superheroes and even villains in swimsuits having a good time. Okay. And that's what it basically was. Okay. So basically, in this one, they decided we're gonna add a through line plot.
Mm,
Um, so basically, the plot is Roxxon decided to make their own swimsuit special with their superheroes, and they decided to use AI because God forbid you want to have people, actual people in your shit,
mm-hmm.
and all and everything like that. And so Janet decides. Can you go to the next picture?
Yep. Ooh, right there.
Janet decides to do her own because she is a fashion designer. Of course, she has to, right?
Yep.
And so then we cut to Gambit and Rogue fighting Pyro and Sabretooth and shit like that. And some of the Avengers show up and they get arrested. And so
Mm-hmm.
Rogue and Gambit are like, "Oh, thank you so much. Like, what can we do for in return? Like, we can, like, we'll do anything, just to help you guys out."
Mm-hmm.
And Hellcat's like, "Yeah, anything." So that's finally when, after 10 pages, that's when we finally get the first pinup of the
I
X
just
Men
got.
on Krakoa
Mhm. I just
with
gotta say,
Logan
audience.
bare ass naked.
I just gotta say, audience. Never tell your friend that you will pay them by doing anything. Just saying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I
But
ended
no,
up spending $30 on an appetizer and a cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory.
dang.
Long story. But no,
Gotcha.
it took them 10 pages, most of those being plot, to give us the first pinup. Okay?
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
we
the art is
noticed.
pretty good, okay? The second one is
Yep.
of Rogue and Gambit being all cutesy because, they're Maori. And then we
Man,
cut
I'm.
to the Baxter building where we see a whole bunch of
Yeah.
protesters complaining to the fucking Fantastic Four. And then Titania and Absorbing Man, who, fun fact, are also married,
Mm-hmm.
fighting
Yeah.
people. And the Wasps pull up with Invisible
Mm-hmm.
Woman being like, "Yo, how can we help?" And all this other stuff. Can you go to the next picture, please?
No,
Yep.
no. You do.
So the Fantastic Four help out with their services. And finally,
I don't. Wait.
someone gave Spider-Man a swimsuit. Because if
Okay.
you don't remember, in the original, he never wore a swimsuit. He was always in his regular superhero
Man.
suit, which really pissed me
Dog.
off because they could have given us any opportunity to have this
Dog.
man wear the mask and also a speedo.
Listen.
That,
Here's my complaint about it. I don't like the way his body is drawn in this. I don't know. Like,
what?
In this
no, it's like
specific book or in the past?
no. In this book, like I'm looking at this panel, I'm like, bro, I think Spider-Man is more like defined than that. Like he looks like his body looks flat. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. It looks kind of
I'm,
like
I'm glad that that's your nitpick about this whole thing. I'm
Mm,
glad
I mean,
that's your nitpick.
I
yeah.
guess I would. I just kind of expect
I'm like,
Spider-Man at this point to have like a tone god type
Jake,
look. I guess a little bit.
Jake. If
Haven't you
anybody
ever
is
heard of
allowed,
artist? Well, if it
yeah,
makes you
Jake,
feel
look at
better,
this way.
Yeah.
Mhm. Look at it this way: if anybody's allowed to stress eat over recent events, it will be Spider-Man.
Oh,
So,
I get it.
all
I
right.
just
and
always thought he was like a lean machine. That's why he's so acrobatic and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know.
can we move on,
Gotcha.
please? I have a lot to talk about, not enough time.
No, I just want to say at least like I like that they gave him at least a choice between wearing the his colors, the red, white, and blues underwear or the black and white underwear, for obvious
He was just like
reasons.
someone's trying to piss him off. But,
Yep,
No,
yep.
because okay, you have to have read through the original to understand why this is funny.
Hmm.
Because like I said, he never wore a swimsuit in the original swimsuit special. Like Mary Jane, Aunt May, Ben Riley, Miguel O'Hara, and even Venom, they all wear swimsuits, right? Because they're all in
Yep.
the old one. Like Venom
Yep.
had Spider-Man trunks. Trust.
Oh,
I
they.
don't want to. Yeah, I'll send you guys the picture privately after I talk about this. But
Yeah.
Peter Parker himself never wore a swimsuit. He always wore his superhero suit, which always bothered me.
It it's amazing. So Marvel is okay with Spider-Man fighting in his trunks as a DLC skin pack for the PS4 games, but they wouldn't let him wear a swimsuit for a swimsuit issue. Huh. Interesting how that works, audience. You know.
Anyways, I'm gonna move on because we do get a couple of pinups after this point. The first one is with Peter and Black Cat, where he actually is in the pool, and Black Cat's holding on to his mask while she's just sunbathing because cat. Then we get a Fantastic Four one.
I just want to say something other than the spider sense was tingling for Peter, audience. So yeah,
No
yeah.
shit, Sherlock. Anyways, the next one is of Family Time with the Fantastic Four, which is also a callback to the original because they also did that. Minus Wifey's and Valeria and the two new kids, which I don't remember their names, but that's on me. That ain't on anyone else.
Gotcha.
So
Look at that.
They added
Look
to
at
the
that.
family as we 30 years later, almost 40 years later.
Look at that, Jake. Reed having a good time with his family on a vacation, man.
Doom, Reed's
Bro,
having
he's
a
not
good
even
time.
hanging out with the rest of the family. He's only hanging out with his wife.
Dr. Doom, Reed's having a good time. End his life, please.
Doom is not even here.
I'll calling him here. Okay.
He's not even here.
Gotcha.
He was not asked for the party. Anyways, we cut to the Savage Land where Wolverine and Hitmonkey of all people are fighting some people, which includes ninjas and ninja dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Iron Man and also Black Panther and Hellcat are here. Then
don't
Deadpool
ask
shows
why.
up for some reason.
He
shows up.
What's a summer vacation without roasted wieners, audience? You know, think of it that way, right?
He isn't even roasting wieners, man. He's just shooting.
Hey, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't, Cryptid. Let me finish it because I have a lot to go through and I'm not happy about this.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, they get this stupid ass gem. I don't know why they were there for a gem. It does not matter because then Black Panther was like, "Hey, I see you got like briefed for the fucking photo shoot Deadpool by Janet." And he's like, "Who the fuck is Janet?" And T'Challa's like, "Why the fuck are you here then?" But don't worry about them because Logan is like, "Oh, don't ask T'Challa. He's been dressed like that for 3 fucking weeks because it's summertime and it's hot as balls."
Yep.
Anyways, we cut to another pinup with Elsa Bloodstone and
Just
Deadpool, and they're making a reference to that salt. You know the salt?
Yep. I just want to say
not
that
the
this
salt.
is actually
Not the salt. The one with the dog pulling out that little girl's underwear. That one.
okay, yeah.
Oh,
I know
was it
what
the
you're talking about.
sunscreen? I think it was a sunscreen ad. I don't fucking remember.
Something like that. But no, I just want to say that this is actually a variant cover from Deadpool that happened a couple years ago. So they're just reusing some old suggestive variant covers here, audience. So.
I guess, but Jeff's here and she would threaten to kill him because he wouldn't let go, which is valid.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we cut to a whole group shot where Kate and the Thing are playing against Logan and Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, with Logan watching over and whoever the fuck these other random people are. I don't know who these people are, but I don't care. Anyways, we get another one afterwards where it's some redhead. I don't remember who it was. And Silver Surfer chilling out in the lake with Hulk jumping into the lake because he's the Hulk. Deadpool's in the back if it makes you feel better. That could be your new profile pic on here. We get a Valkyrie one where she's completely topless, but you don't really see anything inappropriate because she's laying on her stomach with Throg leaning up against her. Clea finally gets a better fucking swimsuit because I hated her original one from the swimsuit special.
Yeah.
You know how she has little gold discs on her sometimes?
Yeah.
Well, they made that her quote unquote top or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, okay, we need to cover her nip knobs. What do we do? Instead of giving her a normal bikini like everyone else, we're gonna give her the gold discs on her nip knobs. Calling it a day. It was
It
not
was a
pretty.
product of its time. It was a product of its
And then
time.
Logan's here grilling, and drinking because that's what he does. In the one of the, I don't know how to explain this swimsuit, but you know the
It's
kind of like that thong
Borat.
swimsuit where it goes like over, like with the two
Audience,
strings going over. I don't know how to
yeah,
explain it.
audience. If you know who Borat is, like he wore a suggestive undergarment similar to what Wolverine's wearing. So let's just put it that way, you know. So
And we get
yeah.
another Deadpool one, you know, because he's
Yep.
fucking greedy as shit.
Mm-hmm.
I wish this was his only one, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever. He can only make do. And then
Yep.
we cut to Coney Island where we get more fucking plot. This time with Cloak and Dagger, and they're fighting AIM agent or whatever the fuck. And
Uh-huh.
they defeat them. But then we cut to the Punisher also shooting at them. And they're fighting MODOK for some reason. And the
Mm-hmm.
Avengers help defeat them. Can you cut to the next picture?
Yes.
So unfortunately, Frank's trauma came back by showing off his old swimsuit from the swimsuit special, which they actually show in the background of that specific panel where he's holding it. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you what the fuck that was.
Audience,
I
put
don't
this in
think
your
it's a
mind.
thong, but it definitely looks like one.
Yeah, audience,
They
just
get
picture
he
it.
has a skull.
Just go ahead.
He has a skull on his shirt. It's just not the exact one that from his skull thong.
Gotcha. Audience, his
And like
swimsuit is
Nadia is
literally.
like
No, go ahead.
Nadia's like, okay, this definitely makes me feel uncomfortable. It's like, look at him. He's like, I don't want to relive through this fucking trauma. I wouldn't want to relive that trauma from you. Out of all the things
Right.
that could have brought back his trauma, that's the thing that brings it back.
Yep.
Okay, but next, luckily, my favorite one of this whole thing is of Cloak and Dagger, where Cloak
Hmm.
is wearing a white cloak and Dagger's wearing a black bikini with like a white knitted slip thing. I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain it, but it's my
A
favorite
a
one.
fishnet, like a fishnet
Yeah,
skirt or something like that. Yeah.
cover up. It's a cover up.
Mm. Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's the reason why it's my favorite one is because it's drawn really well, and two is because it's not a really popular character.
Hmm.
Wade, fuck you. Anyways, we also
Put him in the next Pride comic where he belongs. Marvel, come on,
put
you
him in a
know.
Pride comic. Fuck, don't put
Yeah,
him
yeah.
a bajillion times in the fucking swimsuit special and only give us one.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, in the original one, they spread it out between a bunch of people.
Yep.
And then they started putting repeats later on.
Mm-hmm. There you
Anyways, we
go.
get a Namor one next, and this one's also my favorite. Mostly
It's
because
the
they
hair.
didn't try to overcomplicate Namor. Because if you know anything about Namor, for many, many of years, he was wearing a Speedo. That was his
Yes.
main character costume for a long ass time.
Mm.
And in the
And
swimsuit special, the original one, they decided to give him whatever the fuck he was wearing those 2 times. I couldn't tell you what the fuck they were. It was low-key kind of scary. But in this one, they decided, let's go back to the old Speedo after him wearing
yeah.
pants for so long.
Yeah. And they also
And
gave
he
him a
has
little bit
nipples,
longer
guys.
hair.
He has nipples,
There's
guys.
that.
And his
There's
widow's
that
peak
too.
is here. His super defined arched eyebrows. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's
Gotcha.
also in watercolor, which I also love.
Hmm.
We get a Gamora and Rocket one, which is super cute.
Uh-huh.
We get a Venom one where he is wearing a shirt trunks combo with a little Spider-Man hanging out in the pool. It's adorable. I love it. We also get a Captain Marvel one, which is okay. This is a very niche reference, but if anyone has ever played dress-up games on like those girl games websites, you know the ones. That's what Carol
Right.
looks like to me in this specific drawing. And not to say that's
Yeah.
a bad thing, because I actually do like it, but it's a niche reference that makes sense to me, because that's what
Yeah.
I was playing growing up as a kid. Not these two nerds up here.
Yeah, it's an artistic choice, you know? Like,
It looks like
going
it.
with
So if
that.
you understand that reference, sound off in the comments. And then we
Gotcha.
get an Iron Fist and a Luke Cage
Luke
one, Danny
Cage.
Rand and Luke Cage specifically.
One brings the
And they
power.
didn't
One
overcomplicate this one either. So I'm glad with
Yep.
that. You don't have to
Audience.
overcomplicate it sometimes.
Audience. One brings the power. The other brings the fist. Now take with that how you will. So
Yowie?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
You gave me that opportunity, Cryptid, and you won't let me finish.
okay.
Anyways,
Well,
we
what
get a
would it show?
She-Hulk one. We get
Mm-hmm.
a She-Hulk one, which works for her because if you've seen any of her old ones from the original one from the 90s, this fits very well.
Yep.
And I'm glad that we're getting another singular pinup because a lot of these are group shots or like duos,
Mhm.
which
Yep.
I don't mind, but it's like I wish
And
that
what
they would
when
actually
it
add more singulars, if that makes
when
sense.
it
Solo
takes
ones.
yeah yeah when it comes to She-Hulk, she takes center stage. Audience, you gotta give her that. You know.
Exactly.
So.
So we cut to the last bit of the plot where Jen is like, beat that, Roxxon, creepy, like stupid AI creeps. And everyone's congratulating her, and then they're like, let's go see what the news is saying, No one's talking about
Mhm.
it. And it
Mhm.
ends as Nadia brings up a comment that someone says, oh, that no one cares about the swimsuit specials anymore because the internet exists.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
swimsuit specials if they're done right. But it ends off with Uatu being like, whatever. So that's what the end of the main plot is. They tell us to read the original one, quote unquote read,
Mhm.
because there's not a lot to read.
All
And then we
right.
get some concept art for Marvel Rivals, where they gave the
Oh yeah.
Punisher back his Punisher thong.
Oh my god.
We get a cute
Just
little
think.
Psylocke one.
Yeah.
We get a Loki one, which I saw what it looks like in game. It looks really good in game. We get
Dude,
a
he looks
Luna
like.
Snow one, which is not my favorite,
Mhm.
but I get it.
Yeah.
They gave us a
Yeah.
Thor one, which I want that bag because I love the little plushies in the bag. And that's it. Unfortunately, that is all. And you might be wondering, why
Yeah.
didn't you like it all that much? Well, there was
Mhm.
too much plot and not enough
Yeah.
pinups. That,
Yeah.
like,
I
if you've
wanna.
read the original, you would
Mhm.
know that it is 95% pinups and only
Mhm.
10% plot
Yeah.
or fake ads or whatever the else they're putting in there.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about the original. That's why I go back to it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Also, they
Nobody was
only
reading this
added
before.
popular characters, like super popular characters, with maybe a B-lister here and there.
Yeah.
They didn't add like C or D listers in there. And they had the
Uh-huh.
gall to be like, oh, do you want another one next year? Just email us here. So I obviously emailed them there with my main complaints. And also I asked for a North Star one next year. Obviously, that's me. Because he fits perfectly in here. You get a
Mhm.
motherfucker who was an Olympic level skier, who is also like and like a whole bunch of other stuff, and he's also super fucking hot, right?
Mhm.
Canonically. And you're telling me you couldn't have put him in a pinup? You couldn't have put him in a pinup with his husband and his sister, and if you wanted to put Akihiro in there, you could have put him in there too.
All right.
Those are four really hot people that you could have put in there, and they fucking
Mhm.
didn't.
Mhm.
Give me more pinups, bitch.
You
You
can
could
only
have
get better.
had an opportunity to have Alpha Flight in there too. Like whoever's on the team right now, you could have put them there too. You could have put a whole bunch of D-listers in there, and they didn't do that. Like, I
Mhm.
understand why they didn't do that because they wanted to get people to actually read the book, but you could
Yep.
have put a couple in there and it would have been fine. Less plot.
Mhm.
You could have had those original couple
Yeah.
pages setting up what they wanted to do, and then the rest could have just been pinups with a couple fake ads in here and there.
Yeah.
Less
I mean,
plot,
nobody.
more horny. That's what I kept saying. Less plot, more
Exactly.
horny.
Exactly. Like nobody
Like,
was
I'm not
going ballistic
bashing this.
folks
I
with a
like
plot.
it. I
Huh?
like it, but if the original swimsuit special was like an 8 out of 10, this one's more like a 6 out of 10.
Mhm.
I wanted
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, nobody was reading this book for a plot. I mean, I don't
It's
even think
the
the writers
swimsuit
of this,
special.
you know,
It's the
the fact.
swimsuit special, and you're coming here for a
Okay.
plot?
Yeah, I mean the fact that
An
like you have
actual plot.
ninjas. I mean the fact that you have ninjas in the Savage Land for no possible explanation, and just a
Well, it's
stone
the
that
Savage Land. You're gonna get
everyone's got
dinosaurs
enough.
regardless.
Yeah, but
But it's like you
ninjas,
didn't
like
even give Hit Monkey one. They had characters in here who didn't
exactly.
even have pinups. Like Hellcat, she could have had one.
Yeah,
I think that was
yeah,
who was hanging out with Silver Surfer in that one. I could not tell you. And then
probably.
like you couldn't.
Oh yeah.
There were characters that didn't get one, like Bucky. You could have given Bucky
Hmm.
one. He's hot.
You want to
Like
see
in the
somebody
original, they
rub the?
had comedic ones. In the original,
You
they had
want you want
comedic ones, so you could have had Hit Monkey have a pinup.
you want
Someone was down to
you
draw a
could
monkey.
you could have had a scene where Natasha is rubbing WD-40 on Bucky's metallic arm, as
There
if it
you
was sunblock.
go.
That would have been
Like you
funny.
had so many opportunities for pinups and they fucking didn't do it.
Hmm.
It's like
Well,
I don't hate it. I just wanted more from it, more horny,
hmm,
less plot. If that
right,
makes
right.
sense. Because you
Oh
could
yeah,
have had this
definitely,
opportunity
definitely.
to be like Janet's like, okay, then let's make our own and then hit up a whole bunch of people for
Hmm.
opportunities to do it. Motherfucker, more
Hmm.
themed speedos, please.
That's true. That's
I don't know.
true.
I'm just
Yeah.
disappointed and I was expecting a lot more. Maybe if they
Gotcha.
make
Well,
another
okay.
one, maybe if they made
Hmm.
another one, they'll add more pinups. You could have hit up so many artists. You know how many gay
Yeah.
artists on Instagram would have loved to be a part of this? So many. There was one artist on
Oh.
Instagram alone that drew a whole bunch of male superheroes in swimsuits. Plus, there was a North Star one, so I have to shout that out. I don't remember the artist's name at the moment,
You
but if
know.
you know, you know. There were so
Yeah.
many artists I would have loved to be a part of this. I would have loved to be a part of this, but I know they
Hmm.
wouldn't have hit me up. Like whatever, it's whatever, not important.
Gotcha.
Next time, Marvel, more horny,
Do better.
less plot.
There you go. There you go. But
That's
all
my
right
main
then.
complaint.
That's
Anyways, let's move on. I've been
that's
talking about this for like 20 minutes.
gotcha. That's our summer tribute for y'all audience. So, all right then.
Yeah.
With that, let's move on to the next book, and I'm
Wait,
talking
whoa,
about
whoa,
the.
whoa, whoa, wait, wait,
Oh,
wait. Am I crazy? I thought mine was next.
huh?
No, no,
No,
no,
it
you're
was
right. No,
Superior
you're right.
Avengers.
Which had a long title and it bled into yours, so I'd edit
Okay,
it.
okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. So anyway, we're talking about the Superior Avengers #4. Now, something happened in this issue that was enough to make an article about. So I'll get to that, right? Because okay, to catch people up to speed, right now we have like the Superior Avengers going up against the regular Avengers from last issue, right? Uh, they're both fighting to see who's going to be turning in Graviton, right? And in the midst of the fight, Vision accidentally killed Ghost. Now, keep in mind, audience, the Superior Avengers, they're uh, they are Doctor Doom's Avengers from the future who came back in the present, right? So, all right, and in the midst of they thought that Vision killed Ghost. Turns out it was a drone, and this you find out that Ghost just intentionally planted a drone, so they're all busy doing whatever, so she could have like a one-on-one conversation with Doctor Doom's son, right? And this is where it was revealed. Let me bring up the picture. The identity of this Ghost. It's pretty much the MCU Ghost. Let me read her name. Yeah, Ava Starr. So yeah, another
Oh,
MCU
lovely. I
person.
love MCU synergy, guys.
Yeah, but I'll give them this caveat. Like I feel like Ghost is one of those characters where like how many people are really invested in the character enough to get annoyed by this change. No, I'm just curious. I've never seen a Ghost fan before in my life. Any Ghost followers here, audience? I'm just curious.
I don't follow Ghost. I hunt Ghost. Okay.
There you go. There you go. I mean, I don't even know what Ghost looks like underneath the mask, audience. I've never seen a picture of him with that. But so I'm willing to bet that even after this book is over, like she's likely going to stay behind. So this is going to be the status of Ghost going forward, which again, it's just a minor character, just in my eyes. If there's a Ghost fanboy out there, yeah, I would love to hear how you would feel about this. But regardless, so she's telling Doctor Doom's son about everything that they went through, about like her plan, and she gives actually an insight as to everybody on the team, right? So we do get more backstory on each member. You have, Killmonger, right? She was an orphan during Doctor Doom's reign, and she's climbing the top so that she could stab Doom in the back because, yeah, remember, audience, Doctor Doom took over Latveria. Oh, no, not Latveria. He took over Wakanda. He was such a douchebag that he made the world believe that Wakanda was the one place on Earth that was completely protected from Doctor Doom, right? It had its force fields up 24/7, and and to make it more authentic, Doctor Doom had Doom Sentinel bots patrolling the surroundings of Wakanda, and all that was just for show because apparently Doctor Doom already conquered Wakanda long ago, and yeah, he did put the flag of Latveria on the throne of Wakanda. Just want to add that, audience. So yeah, yeah. Lady Killmonger has every right to be pissed off at Doom at this. Then you have Lady Octopus, who she was from. Let's see, she was from a royal family. Yada yada yada. She was given the tentacles of Doctor Octopus to her as a reward for her services. You see Malekith, right? Apparently, this version of Malekith is like, a fusion of the all black Necro Sword and the Ah, man, I can't even say this. Andrajaron, the all weapon. So, yeah, he's just a fusion of two weapons. That's why, half of him is black and half of him is gold. Now, let's see. Onslaught, though, that was really curious because Onslaught is look they're dressed up like Magneto, but their body is a skeleton. So we don't know who the person is. All we know is that they have telekinetic powers. Let me read the description of them. Let's see. The second Krakoan age was supposed to be a new renaissance for mutant society, not the death of the species. Onslaught is emerged from the ashes as the mutant rage and pain of the people. And some people state that Onslaught might actually be Legion, but nothing's confirmed. All you need to know is that Onslaught right now is just an echo of the rage of mutant kind. Audience, you know. Uh, you guys hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. I'm just arguing. I'm just trying. I'm informing some dumbass European who's trying to
Mm-hmm.
say that driving in circles in France will take you longer
Uh
than
huh.
driving through an entire state. Motherfucker,
Gotcha.
84 hours wouldn't even get you past the continental United States. Be fucking for real.
Gotcha. Well, funny you should mention that part of the world because now we're talking about Abomination. Remember,
Well,
audience,
fuck France. I
Abomination.
hate France. My friend's being an asshole. So
Here, okay, so we get Abomination's backstory, and keep in mind, Abomination's supposed to be their version, Ledveria's version of Captain America, right? And as we learned from the last issue, I gotta say this: Abomination, you are a freak, man, because he
I'm like,
essentially
well, that's racist.
he wait what?
That's racist. You call Abomination a freak because of his name?
No, I call him a freak because he wants his face to be as messed up as Doom. Like what?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I guess it would make sense that if Doctor Doom were to ever have a Captain America of his country, he would ensure that that person be like the biggest Doctor Doom supporter of it that he's ever seen in his life. Absolute loyalty. Okay, let me read his origin. Abomination is the true believer. He, the only reason he's with Killmonger's group is because, in his bizarre way, he thinks this is Doctor Doom testing his willingness to serve in God King's name. He was born to a sector of doom-worshipping zealots attempting to breed a race of perfect super soldiers for their idol. Okay, so he's basically like the equivalent of Hitler's Youth. Okay, and he wears an iron mask to hide his shame because he is embarrassed that his face is not as scarred as Doom's. Like, God, you are a freak, Abomination. Like, seriously, dude. And yeah, we get Ghost's backstory. She was the jailer, yada yada yada. Whatever, she's like MCU equivalent audience. That's all the groundwork you need for her. So anyway, as the comic commences, we find that we go back to Wakanda, right? So Wakanda right now is about to be invaded by the Annihilation Wave. A portal ends up opening up there. I'm not going to get into too specifics of how this happened, but regardless, yeah, Wakanda is in dire threat from the Annihilation Wave, literally popping up right at their doorstep. But fear not, because apparently this is where Abomination comes in. He's like saying, "Do not fear, people of Wakanda. You pests, your pest problem is nothing before his glory of King Doom. By divine luck, our sensors picked up this mess in Wakandan soil, and the superior Avengers now stand by ready to assist. All you need to do is say the word Doom," as he comes in with a hovercraft with the Liberian flag, and I know dang well he intends to put that Liberian flag in Wakandan soil.
Is this like
So,
his D-Day? Is this his D-Day? Is to carry the flag up the hill?
yeah, pretty much. I'm like, okay, now as soon as I saw that scene, all I can think about is, oh, this is the mother beeper who put the flag in the White House in the first issue of this event. Oh, you son of a god! Oh my god, I can only imagine like his motto is like, "I'm gonna save this land for Latveria." Like, you son of a, it's America, man. Like, Oh man. So yeah, he's the ultimate Latverian patriot, audience. Uh I kind of want to like, out of this whole crew, I kind of want to see his character explored more, because I can imagine his interaction with Ironheart. That foreigner came and spread democracy in Latveria? This shall not stand. Like, remember, audience, that happened once when Riri conquered Latveria for a time. Remember? So, yeah, the ultimate patriot of Doctor Doom. So, how do y'all feel about him? He wants to go. He
You could
wants to
be a
go all.
Captain America villain. How about that?
What was that, Jake?
You could be a Captain America villain.
No, dude, I want to see Sam Wilson beat the crap out of him. But at the same time, I'm thinking, no, he actually will find pleasure in his face getting deformed in the beating. So I'm very conflicted there, like, you know what? I'll bust every part of your body except your face. Dang it! Yeah, I won't forget that you put the Latvian flag in the White House like that. So you're on my list, Abomination. You're on my list.
And trust me, Cryptid's checking it twice.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna beat your body for America, and he'll probably be saying, "Well, I will win this fight for Latveria." Oh god, dang it! Okay, but yeah, that's really it for Superior Avengers #4. Yeah, Ghost is MCU Ghost. All right, yeah, I mean, not the hill. It's not the hill I'm going. It's not the hill I'm going to die on, audience. All right, just what I want to say. Okay. So, all right then. With that, we can move on. So, Jake.
Yeah, I have to pick the pick because you don't even know what it's supposed to be. All right,
Heck no.
Before we get, we're gonna go back to the thumbnail at the very beginning. All right. So, Rich, before you switch to YouTube Premium, you've never seen like a Pocket FM video, like ad?
No.
God damn. Okay, well, that just ruined my whole intro. Well, okay. So I don't use YouTube Premium because, like, why am I paying for YouTube? And
No, I'm
I
not
can
paying for it. Someone else is paying for my YouTube.
Yeah, no, yeah, well, no, I'm not. Yeah, and I'm not doing the whole ad block thing. That just seems kind of stupid to me. So I'm just like, you know what? Fine. And so I also work this job now where I kind of do the same thing over and over again. And so I just kind of always have my earphones in. And but even before that, there was this ad for this one story, okay? About a kid who's in a school where he's the weakest, he has no power, so everybody bullies him and all this shit. And I remember one of those ads, like when YouTube does like the hour-long ads, so they're basically just videos or just calm ads and all whatever.
Yeah.
This
those.
one,
I just skip them.
yeah, it was like there's not even an ad. It's just like you just doing a thing. But anyway, so they showed the whole like a whole like section of the story. And I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. But maybe I'll listen to it sometime. And then it did another ad that did the same thing, but the story was completely different. Like it was the same part of the story, but it was told completely differently. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Basically, imagine if you saw like a scene, you saw like the scene from Infinity War where Spider-Man helps Iron Man, save the day, but then another scene got released, and it was just a completely different version of what just happened. Basically, I was like, yo, what the fuck's going on? So I got curious. And so I downloaded Pocket FM, and today I got to the bottom. Well, not today, but for the past month or so, I got to the bottom of it with My Vampire System. That's
what?
yeah. So, this novel by JKS Manga is stars the Quinn Talon as he discovers a book that gives him superpowers in a school where having powers is everything. Okay. But the problem with these powers are they're kind of more trouble than they're worth.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
What's up? Yeah, I can hear Jake.
Yeah.
Which you hear us? Which?
Okay, that's not. I guess switch left. But yeah, these powers are more trouble than they're worth, and it's kind of generic at first. Okay, you know what? You
flickered off for a sec.
Yeah,
okay,
but yeah, so this book's kind of generic for we're in a school where everyone's got powers, but our protagonist, everybody's a bully here. You got your friend group you made, like it's all stuff you've seen before. It's like YA novel bullshit. But
that's just My Hero Academia.
Oh no. My Hero Academia. Well, Deku doesn't get bullied for not having powers. That's just Bakugo.
Yeah, he does.
No, that's just Bakugo and like the first school he goes to. When he goes to UA, everybody's like, "Oh, this dude's kind of cool," In this story, but no. But there is no moment where everyone's like, "Oh, this is the greatest kid ever. He's got potential, this kid." Because the catch is Quinn. So Quinn gets this book. He reads it, but the book goes away because everybody has this thing called an ability book, and the ability book gives you basically a superpower, but. And so they have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. He gets like this one book, but instead of giving him superpowers, it gives him a video game HUD that only he can see, and he has to do quests. And these quests, and the more quests he does, the more he levels up. And so at first he doesn't really have powers, and eventually he kind of unlocks powers, and then he has the system, as it's called. It's what called My Vampire System. It says, "Hey, just so you know, like you leveled up, congratulations." And you're a halfling now. And he's like, a halfling of what? Don't worry about it. And so he has like these blood abilities, all the shit. And then the system goes, oh, by the way, just so you know, I know you're in a military school where you're being constantly watched at all times by everything. And like even if you get caught once, it's kind of over for you. But if you want to level up, I'm gonna need you to drink somebody's blood. He's like, yo, what the fuck?
Whoa.
I was like, whoa, chill. He's like, yeah, don't worry.
Something.
It's like, don't worry about it. Listen, I just need you to drink somebody's blood by the end of the week, and you can level up. And he's like, yo, that's kind of crazy. I don't know about that.
Can you tell for cow's blood? Like, come on.
It has to. No, it says specifically human blood. It doesn't. It needs to be human blood. Oh, also, when you go out into the day, all the power you have will be cut in half. So fuck you about that. So, and most of your classes are in the day, so fuck you. Also, by the way, just so you know, you can't tell anybody what your powers are, kid. He's like, well, why not? Because like this doesn't exist anywhere. There's a catalog of everybody's superpowers in the world by now. I mean, there's special powers out there, but everybody knows what they are. If people find out what you are, not only will everybody on this planet come after you, but there are people outside this planet that are going to come after you. You know, motherfucker, like you got to keep this shit under wraps. I'm like, he's like, is that serious? Yes, keep this shit under wraps. And so Quinn is in a school of superpower people, and he can't use his powers, but he has possibly the greatest power of them all. But you know, My Hero-esque type thing. But and then it kind of escalates. I think that's what kept me hooked on the book. It was the system itself is really interesting, and the setting that the world is in makes it kind of fun to watch. Because I think every time I listen to a chapter, I'm like, yo, how is Quinn gonna get out of this? Because then it escalates from like, listen, like Quinn, like it starts from like he just needs to get blood, and then I think at one point he accidentally murders another student.
What the
and he has to
fuck?
get away with... Go ahead. What, Lisa? Good.
Oh no, that was Witch.
Oh, I was gonna say.
No, I said, what the fuck?
Oh yeah. At some point, he accidentally murders a student, and he's like, "Yo, what the? Oh my god, what am I gonna do?" So he has to get away with murder in the school, basically. And I think the way this kept escalating, I was like, "Yo, how is he gonna get out of this one?" There was like so many moments where I'm like, "Dude, you're kind of fucked." And I'm in like season. Well, I guess would count as season 2 or book 2 of this saga, and I'm telling you right now, it keeps getting more like, dude, you're gonna get caught like at some point. This is crazy. But we do have some side characters, and we have Vorden, who you know what, to be fair, I still don't like this guy. I really don't. Like, I understand him now, but I don't like him. We have Peter, who takes a long time to get interesting, but I'm at the point of the book now where it's like we probably should just kill Peter. We should probably just kill him.
Like J. Jonah Jameson.
No. I mean, like, if you got to where I am in the book, there's a point where it's like, even Vorden's like, I think we should kill Peter. Like, I think we need to. This dude is a problem. But Peter is actually, you know, he actually has an ability, unlike Quinn. He has the Earth ability, which is like he can control rocks and shit. But he's very shitty at it. He's a level 1, and he's a weakling motherfucker. And he's also, but he has to rely on his friends to help him out and all this stuff. He goes through this character arc, which is kind of like, I still don't like you, but like whatever. But later in the book, he gets a different power, and the power that he gets makes me go like, again, like, listen, this is cool, but like you're gonna have to kill him because he's gonna be like problematic. So, and then you know, we also have Layla as well. Layla is the one person in this world who knows everything about vampires, which is good for Quinn Talon, because in this world, no one knows what a vampire is. Basically, most people don't. Vampires are like a very antiquated concept for people. So she's like, listen, I know you're a vampire, and I want you to turn me into a vampire. And he's like, yo, what? Yeah, I don't even know if I can do that. He's like, well, I mean, can you try? He's like, no, I honestly don't think I can. And she's the one who's like really into this shit. We also have a growing cast of characters as well. Like eventually we get introduced to like, well, we get more information on characters like Aaron and Logan, and in season 2 we get Vex. And all these characters eventually get their own arcs, which kind of flesh them out. But I don't think any of these characters are interesting on their own. Except for maybe Layla. I guess Vorden technically, because Vorden has a split personality disorder.
Yeah.
But his personalities give him different powers. Like he has an ability where if he touches you, he copies your power. But one of his split personalities can touch 2 people and get 2 powers. And then there's a third one that's a child. Like the second one is like
the secret third option, guys.
The secret third little boy option in his brain is
does he have PID?
I think.
Is that why it's called the My Vampire System?
Yeah, it's called My Vampire System. Yes.
Maybe that's why, because he has dissociative identity disorder.
Well, no, not Quinn. Vorden, his friend Vorden. He has.
Someone does.
Yes. I think what I don't like about Vorden is this dude is like really creepy with Quinn. Like there's a moment where like he finds out like late, like because Quinn goes on his own adventures away from his friends because he's the main character, and he makes friends with Layla, and then Warden finds out about it. He's like, wait, are you telling me Quinn has another best friend? Like, what's going on, Quinn? What the fuck's going on, bro? You're trying to leave me? I'm like, yo, chill, bro. So, I think it's also implied that like Warden killed students off screen or beat the shit out of them just because they mess with Quinn. I'm like, yo, you are a problem, okay? But eventually, he levels out, and I guess I just not really a big fan of him. I do like how expansive the world is, though. We do have actually aliens in this story called the Dalki. And before the events of the book, the humans were at war with the Dalki. And then I guess the X-Men showed up and they said, you know what, we're giving everybody in the world superpowers. So, you go fight them. And we won. So now the Dalki are kind of like off in space somewhere. And they're like, we won't mess with you. You don't mess with us type shit. There's also like alien beast as well that we get to get like as the book goes on and we go to like other planets and stuff like that, which I thought was really cool. Like where school field trips, you go to different worlds through portals and shit. I do like how gamey this gets. I do for Quinn, despite the fact that he is kind of a generic protagonist and he's kind of like a self-insert. What I do like is that Quinn actually does treat the system like a video game. I do like how because the system also says like Quinn, you have to, as you level up, you're not just leveling up your strength. You have to actually choose what type of fighter you want to be. You have a stats meter. You can upgrade your strength, your stamina, your agility, all that shit. And I do like how Quinn has to strategically think, okay, what will be more valuable for me in this moment? What do I need to stay ahead of the game? And how can I use these new abilities to my advantage? And he really does feel like a gamer, I would say. I also do like how it gets even more meta when there actually is a VR video game side plot where he kind of becomes like, well, because he can hide his identity in the VR world. So in the VR world, he can use his vampire powers and shit like that.
What the fuck are you talking about? A VR world?
There's a VR world in this store. It's a very expansive. That's what I'm saying. Like I got so lost in this lore.
What is happening here? I'm like listening in
I'm
as
just looking
like, trying to like get my fucking Wi-Fi to work again because of the flickering
I'm just looking at the cover alone, and all I'm thinking about is okay, a robotic vampire, all right, but now Jake is talking about all this lore thing with virtual worlds, killing of other students, isn't that? Like, huh? Where we going?
Like it made sense at first, and then it just derailed.
Well, because it's so much, and part one is so expansive into the world, and that's what I really like. I think that's the reason I just kind of vibe with it. It's just like it's a cool story to listen to while you're just like doing whatever you're doing at work. Like if you have like a nothing job where you're just kind of sitting around waiting for shit to happen, I would actually really listen to this book. And it takes a little bit to really get into, but when the plot gets kicking, you're like, oh, I kind of want to see what happens next. I want to see what happens next. And like even like the little political things that happen. There was at the part I'm at right now, we do introduce this one guy his name is True Dream or whatever. And he's technically in charge.
Hello?
Well, no, he isn't. Hello? Oh,
yeah, I can hear Jake.
Jake?
Yes.
Which?
Oh, I didn't hear you for it. So hold on.
Oh.
Wait, this happened with Austin before. I think it's because I don't know.
All right.
But yeah, we have the True Dream or whatever. There's a really weird chapter with him because he has the ability to take your powers away. And he says he hates it too, but the power can only be taken away through mouth-to-mouth contact. And,
okay.
and I don't know. I'm not sure if you're aware, but this is a school. So,
hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
you.
My fucking phone hates me.
And he brings up, I really hate this power. It makes me feel like a creep. And I'm like, oh, okay, so this is just like an accident. It's not really important. But he looks at the girl on the ground. He's like, oh, but I actually wouldn't mind, taking powers from her. I'm like, oh, so you are a pedophile. Okay, whatever.
Okay.
I guess I won't feel bad when we kill you. But yeah, there's this whole world is really expansive and weird and kind of fun to really like listen to. I recommend it. Like if you it's just good. It's a good thing to listen to while you're at work. You can listen to all of it for free. You might not be able to listen all in a day for free because you got to kind of wait for your free things to reload. But I mean, it's an enjoyable ride. I would say this because this is the thing that made me want to talk about this. My favorite chapter by far is like the final fight of part 1, where an actual Dalki shows up, and they've been talking about the Dalki since the first chapter. And you kind of just, there's kind of just a background detail, like you don't really think too much about it. And then a Dalki just shows up in the book, and you're like, oh shit, what? And when I tell you this fight had some like Dragon Ball Z, like it reminded me of like early DBZ shit, when like when like the Z fighters get their ass beat and then Goku would show up.
Yeah.
That's kind of what that reminded me of. Where like the Dalki is so strong, like all of Quinn's friends are getting their asses beat, and then Quinn shows up on his heroic shit, and you feel kind of hyped too because you've seen Quinn grow from like this weakling for the longest time to someone who's actually really competent but still weak in the grand scheme of things, if that makes sense. And when he shows up to save his friends against the Dalki, you get so hyped. But it has that like Dragon Ball Z soap opera type fighting where like, oh yeah, Quinn's here, he's gonna save the day. Oh no, his ribs are broken. We gotta find a way to help him. And it's like this, it's really good like dramatic fighting choreography type stuff. That fight had me on the edge of my seat. I actually really enjoyed that. Like I think it's like one of my favorite chapters in the whole book so far. Mm-hmm. But yeah, My Vampire System, you can buy it. Hello.
Yeah, we hear you, Witch.
Yes, hello.
Oh, no.
We hear you.
Gotcha.
You can buy. You can.
Hello.
You can. Hello.
Yeah, Witch. Oh.
Yeah, you can buy the book for like $259. Don't do that. Just go to because it's, well, to be fair, Cryptid, it's like over 2,000 chapters long.
Oh,
it's a 2,000 chapter long book, and I'm only on chapter like one, like early 200s, 206.
How the fuck is there 2,000 chapters of this damn book?
I don't know. I that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what could the ending possibly be?
Which they have to justify this being sold at over $200.
So if you want all the episodes, but you can listen to it all for free. You don't even have to pay. Go to Pocket FM, get the app on your phone, plug in your headphones, stick along for the ride. Those at some point there will be a paywall, but you get like 10 free episodes a day. So every time you log back in, you'll get 10 free episodes, or you could just buy like buy a couple episodes in bulk. And
why would you want to do that when you?
Yeah, I mean, why would you want to do that? I'm just telling you it's an option. But I think the later I get in the series, the more I'm like, damn, I kind of want to know what happens next. But like early in the series, just kind of wait till the plot gets kicking, and then see how you want to approach it. But
gotcha. But all right then.
Hold on, let me change to my hotspot because my Wi-Fi is acting like an ass.
Gotcha. Go buy your robotic vampire Phil audience if you have $200 to spare, you know? So.
Oh, but man, mine's over, so who's next?
Gotcha. Which pick is next?
No, I'm good now.
Okay, all right. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay, guys, we're talking about the 50th issue spectacular of Marvel Voices Avengers Academy against the metrical might of Kid Stiltman. They try to make that sound cool, man, but that sounds stupid as shit.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, so we start off at the school where the students are preparing for a classic 16mm movie marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And we see Normie and Aaron chit-chatting about it and everything,
Mm-hmm.
And then, don't worry. Justin is downstairs making nachos. Nachos are platonic. Bestie, I love you, but no, they ain't. Anyway, so we see some stuff with Escapade and Bloodline. And Sheila's like, oh, it's nice to have you back, Bree. I missed you. Like, are you sure you can't help? I can rocket you up. And the cat can also teleport. And Brielle is like literally doing parkour.
Mm-hmm.
As she should, as she's allowed to. And she's like, no, I gotta do things myself, Sheila. Like, trust me, I can do it on my own. Plus, it's great cardio. Keep in mind, there's also stairs in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And also, our alumni are making out as they do. They gotta make up for lost time. I get it. And Carol is stressed because I don't know why she decided to become the principal of a school of superpowered children, but whatever, to each their own, I guess. And Lunella is helping Justin make pre-game nachos, totally platonic. And he's trying to figure out like how to make the nachos not spicy because Aaron can't handle spicy. Weak. Anyways, it's all good. Don't worry. Making them nachos for platonic reasons, guys. Okay. We get a quick cameo of the Marvel gravestone because that is literally always there. Love it. And we see a foot pull up. And can you cut to the first picture? The next picture. Anyways, so Kid Immortus and Blackheart are just chilling out. And Nathaniel's like, Thoom? Did you hear a Thoom? And Gabriel's like, it's probably nothing, Nathaniel. Like, don't worry about it. And don't forget about the dog. The dog is there too. And so we hear a big boom. And can you cut to the next pic?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, sorry about your wall. I need this for science and then for stealing other things. Again, sorry. And Aaron's like, my fucking shield. What the fuck? And Normie's like, kid, stilt man. Stilt boy? I don't fucking know. And I just want to say this kid, he looks kind of like a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at him. Jake, look at him.
Yeah, I see him.
He looks like a little chimp. He looks like Curious George.
Why is he so curious?
You tell me, man. It's a monkey living in the city. Anyways, so Carol's like, hey kids, like, are you guys roughhousing? I heard a Thoom up there, and I thought, like, she's like, oh my goodness, there's a giant hole. Anyways, so Aaron is like, hey, give me my shield back. Lunella made that for me. It has sentimental value. And Normie's like, yeah, and it also cost $4.7 million. And Aaron's like, what? $4.7 million. That's expensive. But don't worry, Sheila and Brielle are also on there. And Sheila's asking if Bree needs help. She's like, I can handle it on my own. Just go grab the stretcher, kid. Don't worry, Lunella and Devil Dinosaur and Kid Juggernaut are also on the scene. And Justin's having a hard time keeping up, kind of, even though he's like in the front. He's like right there. And he's like, oh my god, too many pregame nachos. It's like, motherfucker, you have the powers of Sidorak on your hands. That shouldn't be a problem for you, bestie. And we see Kid Stiltman looking like a chimp. And that's not supposed to be an insult. He's just drawn that way.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go to the next picture?
Yes.
And so Nathaniel and Gabriel was like, should we help him with this? Nah, we're good. So we get to see Marcus again on the news. And he's like, okay, if you're just joining us, we're above the scene of the latest heist by Lexington Dubois, the son of noted supervillains Wilbur Day, a.k.a. Stiltman, and Zelda Dubois, a.k.a. Princess Python. Never heard of these people in my life. Cryptid, do you know who these people are?
Not really.
Jake, do you know who these people are?
Let me get a gander.
You got Stiltman and Princess Python.
Are you just telling me who they are?
Yeah, I don't know who these people are or what they look like. But apparently their kid looks like a little monkey running around with not even stilts. It's just like mechanical legs. That's different from stilts.
I don't know.
Okay, because I don't know who the fuck these people are either. We'll Google them later. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so basically Marcus is like, okay, the younger Dubois has been perpetuating the notably clumsy theft of rare metals across the city. And this kid's like, hey, what are you saying about me in there? What are you talking about? And pushes Aaron off of him. And we get this really nice continuous shot where Marcus is talking about what's literally happening in front of us while we just see this kid's like mechanical legs just extend down the entirety of the page. And don't worry, Normie's caught him. And Keep in mind, Sheila's wants to help her girlfriend out as much as humanly possible. She's not taking it. Brielle's not taking it, but don't worry, she falls and she asks for help finally. And Sheila's like, "Are you sure? Like, I want to respect your boundaries and all this other stuff." And she's like, Bria's like, "Damn it, Sheila, help! Like, lift me up, please." And so Devil Dinosaur's trying to like gnaw on the fucking legs to try to get up. It's like, motherfucker, you're a dinosaur. You could have just hung out on the ground. But you know what? You're here to help, and that's all that matters. Justin's punching as you do. Lunella's here for moral support and also to help give advice. And she's like, his armor is electroplated, secondary grade adamantium, nothing can knock it. Like disposable and blah 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 blah. And this kid's like, hey, shut up about those. And Lunella's like, you guys up there, open his backpack. Stab the toaster looking parts. And he's like, no, please. But guess what? With the little help of Sheila, Brielle's able to stab the backpack. And he goes down. And this kid's like, no, my gizmo stuff. I knew I should have childproofed back there. Aren't you like 5? What are you doing? Why are you being a superhero at such a young age? A supervillain, I mean. In superhero and supervillain. Regardless. And guess what? He goes down. Aaron grabs his shield. And he's like, but I got my shield, but who's got me? But don't worry, Normie comes to the rescue. Helps his homie out. And when, like I said, we get a second part of this continuing shot where he goes down. And Devil Dinosaur gets to gnaw on the metal legs. Don't worry, guys. And can you go to the last picture? Next picture, man.
Right there.
And Justin's like, timber, as this kid goes to the ground. So basically, we cut to later where Gabriel and Nathaniel are like, see, I told you they could have handled it. So we just see like these long ass legs, you know, just throughout the park and everything like that. And Devil Dinosaur is like hanging out with penguins, which he deserves friends. Guys, just remember he deserves friends. And don't worry, Lunella, Aaron, and also Normie are hanging out with penguins too. Marcus is happy that he didn't get kidnapped. Plus, like he's gonna get hot dogs with Justin. But don't worry, the kid is fine. Kid Stiltman or whatever the fuck his name is. He should be called Stilt Kid or something along that lines. You don't need to be called Kid Stiltman. That just seems a lot. Anyway, so he gets up out of like the fountain and all this other stuff. And can you go to the next picture?
Yep. Last one.
Yeah. And so basically Justin is like, okay, well, Stilty Kid, I can't arrest you because you're like 8 and I'm just some guy, but you're still gonna be in big trouble, I bet. And the kid's like, oh, walnuts. Which, come on, you're like 5. What are you doing? And so Justin's like, you can still have a hot dog, though. I'm not a monster. You know, you got to get your energy up before you get put in trouble. But don't worry, we do get a wrap up with Brielle and Sheila. And Brie's like, oh, thanks for the save. Sorry for being stubborn. You know, just so you know, I miss you too. And she's also like, yeah, but I need a little more time, okay? Sheila's like, well, time we have after all. And we get a cute picture of the whole squad watching a movie featuring Wonder Man. Because remember, he's an actor. And it ends with Sheila saying, we're just getting started. And so the next issue coming out in a couple hours for me is called Marvel Voices Celebrates Disability Pride Month with a 2-part special. If you didn't know, July is Disability Pride Month. Because disabled people deserve recognition as well. And not to be fucked over by the government, too. Which, unfortunately, is what we have to deal with. Anyways, that's it. That issue I liked a lot more than the other one. Anyways, yeah, that's it for me.
All right. So, all right then, audience. I guess with that, we can move on to the next book. So, and I got this one. Teen Titans Go number 5. Yeah, I know it's a book out of left field, but I actually got this book on recommendation from one of the
All right, so I'll just
channels
start
I watch.
Bionicle now. If it's
Hey, hey. Just wait till you hear this, right? Like I had to buy this issue our review I heard, right? So anyway, so this issue opens up with like, the Teen Titans team. They're getting an award for Jump City's Superhero of the Year award after Gotham already refused that, so or sent that back. And this book, before they could accept the award, now they have to
aren't
sing.
canonically they the worst superhero team in their verse?
Yeah, but everybody else, I guess all the other superhero teams are like, yeah, we don't need this. What passes for um an attendance award, so whatever. Regardless, the American flag is behind them, and right now, before they accept the award, they gotta sing the national anthem. Yay, audience! You know what this issue is about now, right? So,
About
number July.
baseball?
Hey,
Sam?
July 4th still goes on, so this issue is really about patriotism. Yeah. So, Starfire stops the mayor and says, "Wait! Uh, we cannot do the spangling of the stars without the fruits." Wait, what? Yeah, it's like in the song. Yes, you know the lyrics. Gay fruits through the night. And everybody just laughs like, yeah, okay, you did not interpret the national anthem that clearly, right? So now Starfire's a little bit depressed because this is something you kind of overlook, right? Starfire is a foreigner because remember she's a an alien from a different world.
And
She
she's not
wasn't.
even documented. She's a
Yeah, she wasn't born and raised here. Like she's literally a foreigner trying to adapt into American customs. So now she's like a little sad that she didn't get the Star Spangled Banner right, and she's like saying, "I guess I will never truly be the American with the proper American pastimes." Oh man, she's feeling sad, but that's when Cyborg comes up and says, "Hey, look, lucky for you, Star, I compiled a list of the most American things a person can do, and I just so happen to have it with me." So Cyborg comes up with a list of all the most American things you could do, audience. Okay, one list. Number one, eat hot dogs at a baseball game. Number two, attend a monster truck rally. And number three, visit a state fair. Now, audience, like you remember that scene in Captain America 2 where like Sam Wilson's recommending something for Steve to put on his list to catch up on? Now I gotta ask you guys, what would you want to put on this list for a foreigner to be more American? Come on. Think. Think. Jake, which? Come on.
Oh, wait, say that one more time.
Sorry, I'm reading X
What
Factor. I'm reading my comfort
gotcha.
comic.
What will you put on a list for a foreigner to be more American?
Um,
Um,
hot dogs.
I'll get back to you on
That-
that.
that- yeah.
Oh, you know what? You
Uh,
know what? Get
Jake,
into
that's already on the list.
Oh wait,
Hot
I
dog.
have one. I have one. Not saying that. Hold on. Not having Europe be superior in everything. Does that
Hmm.
make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Put it
Because
on
like
the list.
we know that they're superior than us in other things. Just don't be an asshole and brag about it. Because we will bring up the fact that you're from England or from Britain, and we'll talk shit about you. Because that's what we do.
watch the GI Joe movie.
There you
go.
go.
Which
I'll
one?
say having a-
The opening to GI Joe, the movie, is one of the most American things you could ever watch in your life, bro.
Exactly. Hey, I would suggest having a
acknowledge that 100, not even 100 Americans can beat up 100 British people. There you go. I'm
I
not
would say
wrong. Just get 10 people
yeah.
from Florida and you're fucked.
So yeah, I would say I would add like have an American style barbecue with some American style beer, audience. So yay.
Even though
But
a lot
anyway.
of our alcohol is imported.
But anyway, so this issue is basically the team trying to help Starfire feel more American. So they go to a baseball game, and when they're ordering hot dogs, Starfire, she leaves the team, right? And she comes up to a guy who has a dog. Oh my God, that is a very cute dog. Is he overheated? Well, yeah, I guess you could say he's in heat right now. Then I am truly sorry. I am very truly sorry about this, but I need to do my patriotic duty because she thinks like, yes, the list said eat a hot dog at a stadium at a baseball game. So you're
Can
like,
I be
oh God,
honest
no.
with you? Can I be honest
Yeah,
with you? I'm kind of craving a hot dog, and I know one of my roommates bought hot dogs, but I don't want to eat their food. So I'm just,
right,
and I would go
right.
buy a hot dog. It's just I don't have the
Mhm.
money to buy food right now.
Right.
Maybe later.
Yeah. Yeah, what a coincidence then that this issue is talking about hot dogs, which so the team stops her from eating the hot dog and they commence with the game. Some chaos happening. She's like, okay, our team is losing, so we must beat up the other team. Okay, so that didn't go as planned. So they go to a monster truck rally next. Yeah, some commotions happening, some fights happening, this and that. So things didn't go as planned. Then they go to state fair to enjoy like all the amusements of the rides and the games and the winning of the stuffed animals, But of course, bad guys come in. The Ferris wheel of this county fair breaks, and it's up to the team to stop it and fix it. And I like this little scene, right? Like Starfire has an idea. She goes and grabs like a bunch of these like material, and she's like, "Now commence Tamaranian shield pattern." And she leads the team into saving the day, saving the Ferris wheel, and all that stuff. But at this point, she is sad. She's like, Cyborg saying, "What's wrong, Star? I mean, we saved all the people, but I had to do it in a Tamaranian way. I will never be the true American."
No, you
And
won't.
Starfire and Cyborg said, "Are you kidding? You came here and used a blend of your customs and learned and the best of the culture you brought with you to make this a better place. That is the most American thing you can do. So you're saying I melted the pot? You melted the pot, star. Like, oh wow. MVP moment of the 4th of July month audience. America. Yeah.
Are they still talking
Surprisingly,
about Teen Titans Go?
surprisingly,
Yes.
good emotional beats in a Teen Titans Go story. Too bad it's
Yeah.
Teen Titans Go, so it deserves to go in the trash. All right.
Oh my god. You will never get this series credit at all, will you, man?
Lex
You'll
Luthor, after watching Superman, Lex Luthor inspired me to hate more. He said, I'm not hating
Oh
him.
my god.
I have to hate even more.
Keep in mind, Jake, you could find a gold nugget in a turd, man. And this was a gold nugget, all
Listen,
right?
I don't think you understand me. Lex Luthor taught me I was going too easy on Reed Richards, okay? I got to be harsher on everyone in life, okay?
Yep. So anyway, the issue ends with like Raven commencing with singing the national anthem. Now, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early? Yeah,
I
don't
don't
worry, guys.
believe she was able to. I don't believe she was able to sing that song without doing her Starfireisms.
Jake, she's voiced by Tara Strong, for God's sakes, man.
Yeah,
All
no, no,
right.
no, no. I'm saying like it would be say, "Have you the sea?" She was like easy. She wouldn't say like the whole. She wouldn't say it right. She would mess it up.
Gotcha. But no, I just got yeah. But that's how really the issue ends. And I gotta say, this is the most patriotic issue I've ever read in a long time, audience. So it gave you that feel. It keeps on the American spirit, which is appropriate for July and all that stuff, audience. So yeah. The most patriotic issue to come out in the July month, audience, happened to be from Teen Titans Go. So go pick up this book, audience. It was a lot of fun. Hey, foreigner trying to be more American, and look at the moral of the story. Yay, go Starfire.
It's a surprisingly good message for Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. All right. But yep, that's it for my book. So, all right, we can move on to the next one.
It's my turn. Give me a second.
Bionicle time.
Yes. This is so for those of you who've been following the story. What I have on screen is the great Toa Lecon. Okay. He has nothing to do with the story so far. But last time on Bionicle, Island of Doom, the Paraka and the Toa and Ignika had to temporarily team up because two of the Paraka had defected and gained demigod-like powers that kind of put them above everybody else. So the Paraka and the remaining Paraka forces in the Toa teamed up and were able to defeat them. And then Zakdan, the leader of the Paraka, looked at his two traitorous men and was like, listen, I still need two bodies to throw at these traps in this cave, so I guess you two just volunteered. So
yeah.
Would be. And so now now they go to the entrance of the cavern where the Mask of Life is surely at the bottom. The problem is between them and the Mask of Life is 777 stairs exactly. Okay? Imagine having to walk 777 stairs down somewhere and then having to walk all the way back up. That's crazy. But we're here. We are here for the fate of the universe. We're here. But this gives Zaktan enough time to do a flashback, to think about his life up to this point. He wasn't always a traitorous Paraka scum. He used to work for the Dark Hunters. And if you guys remember, the Dark Hunters are the bounty hunter faction in the Bionicle universe. They just do shitty jobs for money. And their boss was the Shadowed One, who is the only rival to Makuta alive at this point. The Shadow One we saw in their last book, actually. Vakama went up against him and the Makuta, and Vakama immediately knew, dude, if I go head to head with these people, I am fucked. I gotta think smartly if I want to get out of this one. But he used to be the Paraka's boss. But before that, we get a little bit of a snippet. We get a flashback to, I think, like the first meeting of the Paraka and the Shadowed One, or at least Vizak and Hakan. Vizak is the blue Paraka, Hakan is the red one. The first time they met the Shadowed One, or at least when they were recruited, they were actually just common thieves, and they were on their way to steal items from a Toa fortress, a Toa stronghold. Keep in mind, by the way, this is like 7,000 years ago. So if you want any frame of reference for how long these fucking Bionicle can live, it's a pretty long time.
Wow.
They are made to last, okay?
Wow, who knew plastic had that sort of ability, audience,
Yes, so. So Hakan and Vizak, I actually do like this. I think as much as I'm disappointed by the Toa team, the Toa Ignika team, again, in terms of just their personalities, not in terms of their teamwork, I'm disappointed in the Toa, but the Paraka are the most interesting parts of this book. Even though the Toa Ignika are clearly the heroes, and they're the real main characters right now, the Paraka stand out more, I think, than any other Bionicle villain in terms of they just kind of carry the book with just their unique individuality.
Yeah.
I do like the bit where they're doing the whole plan to sneak in, and I think so. There's like a Toa who's on guard, who's like walking, who's like doing his little patrol run on the fortress, and they have to jump him and beat him up, and they knock him out, and then I think Hakan's like, "Let's kill him," and then Vizak's like, "Oh my god, are you dumb? If we kill him here and he goes missing, then like the Toa are gonna see that and they're gonna raise all the alarms. We gotta make it look like he's just like taking a nap or something." So like they put him against the wall and like they make him look like he's like asleep or whatever. And then they get to the wall, and then I think Hakan's like, "Okay, so what do we do now?" And Vizak's like, "Oh well, we distract them." And Hakan's like, "Well, what do you mean distract them?" Like, "Okay, well, you go distract them." He's like, "No," and then Vizak's like, "No, you distract them." He's like, "Well, I don't want to distract them." He's like, "Well, you're bright red. I'm pretty sure you're a better distraction than I'll ever be."
Wow.
he's like, okay, well, it's like, listen, here's my plan. One of us is gonna go up there. We're gonna fake being hurt, and the Toa they care about people and all that shit, so they're gonna go walk up to you, and they're gonna and all this other shit. He's like, "Well, I don't know how I'm gonna fake being hurt. Why would I fake being hurt? Why don't I just go up there and just fight them?" Well, who said anything about faking? And he just like throws that motherfucker into the middle of the thing. He's like, and then the guy's like, "Oh shit!" And so Vizok just kind of like, gets into the stronghold. And as he's sneaking in on the Toa and he's sneaking his way out, like he's getting the thing, there's a gun aimed at his head. There's a guy behind him. He's like, "Oh, that's interesting. There's like another thief here." And Vizok turns around. He's like, "Yo, who's that? Who are you? You're not Toa." He's like, "I'm not. What are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm just kind of, seeing what I can find." And he's like, "Okay, well, if you're just gonna lie to me, I'm just gonna kill you right here." And we find out this person has a Ratuka spinner, which, if you guys remember, is the weapon of the Toa Hordika back when they turned into monsters like werebeasts and all that shit.
Yeah.
So this person has like Rahi beast venom in him. That's kind of crazy to find out.
Mm-hmm.
We also find out he's actually like a blue character, a bluish green character. I can't think of who it could be, honestly, based off all the Toa I know. So this leads me to think this is a character I just haven't met yet. But he's like, listen, I'm gonna ask you one more time. What'd you steal? What are you here to steal, and what did you steal? And you better tell me right now, because I don't like asking things 3 times. And he's like, okay, listen, shit. I found this key, and I'm trying to open the door. I know it opens a thing, but I don't know what it does. I'm just kind of lost here. He's like, oh, that's it. Damn, you should have just told me that. Okay, fine, cool. Listen, you could do that, but I have a better job for you. How would you like a job working for the Dark Hunters Guild? He's like, oh. He's like, the Dark Hunters Guild. Interesting. And then also, what's going on with that? Like, what's the pay rate like? He's like, well, I can't tell you anything, but how about my boss tells you? You're gonna meet the Shadowed One, young buck. And he's like, okay, cool. We also find some interesting lore too. 7,000 years ago, the Toa had just figured out that Makuta was an evil bastard, or at least they're suspecting it. The Toa actually have writings that the Paraka were reading while they were inside, and they're like, this is weird. The Toa are betraying the Brotherhood of Makuta, but they're like the good guys. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, I think they're the guy. Like, no, as far as everyone's aware, back 7,000 years ago, Makuta was a good guy. Okay. Everybody was aware. So everyone's like, so at this point, so we're seeing the Toa starting to realize, oh, Makuta's going to betray Matanui, and we got to do something about it. So that was kind of an interesting tidbit. But I think the biggest lore drop we got now was like, so when the Toa leave, so when the Paraka leave, they actually release this Frostless beast, and it's this very strong Rahi, from my understanding, and it manages to kill all the Toa in the stronghold. All the Toa die, except for one, and we find out that this was actually Toa Likon's first Toa team, which I thought was fucking crazy. The mentor of the Toa Metru, Vakama, and them. This was his first appearance canonically in the story. This is his first day being. And the book describes it. He was apparently his first day of being a Toa. His whole Toa team died. I was like, that's kind of sad. But I'm actually getting more interested in this. I do like seeing. Again, I think, and it's unfortunate. I like my interesting villains, but I like it when my heroes are just as interesting, or if not. And I think the Toa Ignite really need to step it up. I really hope. I don't think it's going to be this book. I really think next book is when they're going to have to step up for me. Which is going to be hard to do because I know my favorite Bionicle villains are in the next book over. So we'll see if the Toa Ignite can rise to the occasion on that front. But our flashback will continue when we come back. The Toa Ignite are still on their quest, and so are the Paraka. We're just kind of getting some lore dumps about the Paraka. Oh, we also have one more thing. Vizok, the leader of the Paraka, the green one. He mentioned something interesting too. He's been kind of alluding to it before. He is not his complete self. We find out. Vizok is split in two, according to himself. There's another version of him out there, and we don't know where he is. And he said that he wants to get that back. He misses being complete. So we're trying to figure out. So that's like so he has his own objective. He has his own little agenda, and so we're trying to figure out what that is. So like I said, all this.
So you're saying he's missing parts of himself? Wow.
He's not whole. Okay.
Two
worlds, not one thing.
You know the old saying, audience, you'd lose your head if it wasn't attached to your body. Well, so Bionicles, hey, things could detach at a whim, I guess,
You know, it actually works for Bionicles. I think the saying would be you'd lose your mask if it wasn't attached to your body. I don't know.
There you go. There you go. So,
Um, but yeah, I think
mhm.
Bionicle is at its best when it plays to his strengths, which is character and lore building. And unfortunately, it's just the procs that do it. But you know what? I'd still say this is a good read. I'd say this is not Bionicle at its strongest. It's still better than the early Matanui stories, but it's nowhere near as good as the Metronui saga so far.
No.
Especially when the villains are carrying it. Back in the Metronui saga, the villains and the heroes were interesting. I think that's why I
Mhm.
liked so much about that. Like every bit of that art, that era was like peak Bionicle writing, and it just got better and better. So this is kind of a low key disappointing to me, but it's still a read I would recommend. You can go to Biological Chronicle and look up yeah. I'm sorry. Go to Crossfire Geeks. Go to the Biological Chronicle section and get Bionicle Island of Doom for free. You can even download it as a PDF. You don't even have to use the website. Read offline. Make it a book. Make it a hardcover if you want. Who cares? So,
Gotcha.
you know.
So, sounds good. But alright then. Guess any final thoughts before we move on, Jake?
Oh, let's go.
Okay, gotcha. Dum audience, we're talking about something fantastic. That's right, Fantastic Four issue number 1. Even though this is from the same writer, of the main Fantastic Four book, Ryan North. But hey, you have to have that one number 1 spot in time for the movie. After all, so is what it is. I know people are not happy with that, but hey, it's just give a sales bump. But I will also say that this is also legacy number 727. We gotta do more of that, audience, up with these number 1 through 8 issues. Let's get with the triple digit numbering, you know? So in case people need up to speed of what happened, right now Ben Grimm has his powers back, and now all the Fantastic Four are whole again. As now, at long last, they decided to go and fight off against Doctor Doom himself. You know, yeah, we can't have that ego, that him being emperor of the world, go to his head. So they all come fight him directly, and I gotta say, Invisible Woman, her power is just full on Green Lantern power at this point. You see, like the invisible outline of a Gundam around her. So man, you would think like this with Doctor Doom getting such a power up as Sorcerer Supreme, like that, the Fantastic Four stand no chance against him. Not really. They actually end up beating Doom. They're like, oh my god, Doom's on the ground, he's on the knees. I'm like, god dang it. Uh, you know, Doom's giving his monologue, you four defy me. Each you after everything I've done. So he basically pulls an Aku to a Samurai Jack and said, all right, I can't beat you or take away your anti-doom sentiments, then by the grace of his mercy, I will send you back for whence you came. So he uses his spells to actually send each of the Fantastic Four members across different points in time. An audience by time, I mean like, Johnny Storm for one, he's at the point in Earth like let me see the exact numbering. Oh yeah, he's about 521 million years BCE, Oh, hopes it. Jake?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
back. My computer
okay, okay.
overheated.
Oh, okay. So, rundown, Jake. Doctor Doom sends each of Fantastic Four members back in time. For Johnny Storm, he's back 521 million years BCE
Wait, this is a
time.
new number one?
Yeah, this is
Is
number
Ryan North
one.
still writing it?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
it's for the movie purposes. Like I was going through a monologue about that. It's in the same month as the movie's being released, so of course you're gonna want have a little sales bump.
I
Man,
guess it makes the
man,
whole ordering confusing to me.
yeah,
Whatever.
I know. Man, I swear to that one newcomer who's just coming out of the Fantastic Four movie and it's like, okay, now I want to go read the Fantastic Four. Oh wow, there's a number 1 issue of Fantastic Four. Yay! Wait, why is Doctor Doom Emperor of the World? Wait, why? Wait, why was Ben out? Had lost his power before?
This is a
Like,
really bad idea to do. I don't know why
yeah,
they.
this is this is not a new reader friendly book, audience. You know. Wait, why does Johnny Storm have a mustache?
Ben
Like, huh?
Grimm has 2 kids. What?
Right. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, you just gotta work with it. So basically, Johnny Storm is at the point in Earth where everything's basically a volcano here, right? You would think that that worked to his benefit, but no. Since everything is full on magma, there's no real oxygen here for Johnny to inhale. So, oh shoot, you know. But I gotta say this: Reed has some feats of that prove like, yeah, he is the smartest person on earth in this audience, because apparently Reed has incorporated a computer within each member of the Fantastic Four suit. So I gotta say, dude, that is some 12th level intellect. The fact that you were able to incorporate a suit into a guy who literally could turn into a
So
supernova.
he spies on his family with these computers. Okay.
He gave them all basically a fabric that's a smartphone, Jake. Think of it that way.
That he spies on them with.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure you like Invisible Woman never spies on anybody, right, Jake?
Yeah,
Uh,
but he's Invisible Woman. This is Reed Richards. Okay.
but anyway, luckily it's actually this computer that's helping Johnny out to at least fabricate some oxygen. I'm not gonna go into science mumbo jumbo of this audience, you know, because that's not my forte.
Fire is pretty easy to explain, Cryptid.
Hmm.
You need oxygen to make fire.
Yeah, but that's the situation here. He needs the fire to make oxygen. He has to do the reverse of this, you know.
Not really a
So
reverse. It's weird.
but regardless, anyway, he's able to muster up enough oxygen to go to his destination point. Because you see, audience, Reed had a contingency plan for situations that involve like the Fantastic Four being sent across in the past in time, right? Wow, he really thought ahead of this because apparently he Reed had detected and found this one stone that apparently is the oldest living stone in history. It's called the Forever Stone, and in
Wow,
the
that's a
case,
creative name, guys.
yeah, and in a situation where you're you're trapped in time, you are to go to the stone and carve out a message in that stone, and eventually read or someone else will find that and see what that message is, because it'll be staying there throughout all of time. So that's what Johnny did. And then you go to see Ben Grimm, and he lands in the dinosaur time. And wow, he's being used as a chew toy, which I don't know how appetizing Ben will look amongst a bunch of dinosaurs, but go at it with what you will, you know? So yeah, Ben also listens to his computer in his pants to go find the Forever Stone, and he finds the carving that Johnny left there, and Ben inscribes the date and time of his location for the future member to go find. And then you go back to Reed, who's in, I guess you would say, the medieval times, and man, he it takes him a while to go find that stone. I gotta say, audience, apparently he was like in another part of the world from where the stone was, and yeah, he had to do a lot of digging and excavating to get to that forever stone. you know but god dang, he was able to form his arm into a pick and his other arm into a hammer, so he was able to carve out a message there. And he did see the writing between Johnny and Ben. So now that just leaves Susan, who I guess Doctor Doom decided to be a little bit of a beep, and instead of sending her into the past, he sent her into the future. Audience, a future so far into the future that our sun is red now, and civilization is gone. This might be the year 3000. Yeah, too soon, right, audience? Anyway, so now she's having trouble finding the Forever Stone at this point. So as the issue ends, it's all left to Susan Storm now, audience.
Because her husband can't do shit. Okay.
Yes,
He
sir.
came up the plan. He came up the basis of this plan, Jake.
Yeah, he
Uh-huh.
so he can come up with plans, but he can't execute them because he's a fraud. Okay.
Now he got sent in time with just a suit on, man. What do you expect him to do?
He's the
Like
smartest
you
man
just,
alive. How
you
about
just,
that,
you just.
Richards?
Yeah, he came up with a contingency plan. He detected the one stone that has been around throughout the course of history
He
that
can do
has been
better.
not compromised. You
He can
know?
do better. Okay. He can choose to
Nah.
do better.
Ah, okay. A contingency plan in case of any random situation you get sent back in time. He gave you guys a way to like send a message for the future to handle. You know?
Yeah, but he now his
Yeah,
wife
just
has to do the heavy
audience.
lifting.
Jake is just being a hater. There, you
Listen,
know?
Rex taught me so much in that movie. I have to copy his hate.
I guess. Yeah. Anyway, that's really how the issue ends. Again, it's not a new reader friendly book, audience. So sorry to that one Fantastic Four MCU person coming out of the theaters expecting a new reader friendly book, you know? So, yeah. All right, then. So, with that, let's get on to the last book of the night, audience. And we're talking about Red Hulk issue number 6. Oh man, I really feel for Thaddeus Ross here because remember, audience, he got betrayed by his country in the last issue. They sold Thaddeus. They sold Thaddeus Ross out to Doctor Doom. You know, and given that Red Hulk, you know how patriotic Red Hulk is, he refuses to bow down to Emperor Doom. He is going to fight. He is going to rebel. He'll do everything he can to take Doom out of power. Unfortunately, he's now in prison, and he's in a Hulk-sized prison. So he's been here for a while now. It got to a point where, like, he kind of had to go back to being his normal self until until one of the operatives in his jail facility comes out. She's a female person of color soldier here. Telling
You could have
Thaddeus
just
Ross.
a female soldier. You didn't have to go through that whole thing.
Oh yeah, I should have gotten the picture. But anyway, she tells Thaddeus to wear the chains. You're gonna be depowered. Now come with me because you're
This sounds
going
like
to
the
learn how
shit that
things
they're
go
doing
down.
to some of these people at Grey Malkin prison right now.
Huh? Well,
No,
don't know what
because they're
that
doing something
is.
kind of similar at the Grey Malkin prison during the From the Ashes era, which I'm not really liking. Um,
Hmm.
where
Well,
they
this is
have
a.
like several mutants being
Mhm.
used to like look after Charles Xavier or whatever while he was in prison for a hot second. I don't know. He's
Well,
fucking his bird wife now in space. I don't really give a
well,
shit.
this is a POW story, really. At the end of the day, which so all
Yeah, they're
right.
so bacon
Then
these people and
so
using them to be fucking soldiers against their people.
so anyway, she drags Thaddeus Ross with her, and Thunderbolt Ross tries fighting back. Unfortunately, you find out that she has like an exoskeleton armor on her, so yeah, no good, no good. And you do see what happened to Deathlock and Machine Man. Deathlock was able to escape, and he was able to pinpoint Machine Man just in time because man, Man just can't put himself back together in
Nope.
in this run. Audience, like, yeah, apparently finding robot parts is more harder than you would think. But luckily, Deathlock was able to recover Machine Man before he went into the incinerator. Right. Unfortunately, Machine Man right now is basically a torso and a head. Like,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
damn. Like, dang, man. So they get back together, and they're going to have to go help each other out to go rescue Red Hulk. So all right, this is where like the woman military officer is like telling Thaddeus Ross, yeah, right now you're going to be in jail for a long time, and Thaddeus Ross like I'm never bound down to doom. And then she takes him more into the facility. You find out that they're actually running tests on their prisoners. Like, oh shoot, you know. And then that's when she brings him up to the head of this jail facility, Captain Riker. Man, he has a sort of mustache that you just want to punch off, you know, audience. So anyway, Dr. Riker comes in. He's like, yeah, it's a new world. Now that we're all under doom. You better learn to live with it. Thunderbolt Ross and Thunderbolt Ross like, I hate no traitor, as he punches Riker in the face. And unfortunately, this is where you find out like Dr. Riker ain't just like your run of the mill scientist, right? He too has done some experimentation of himself, and he tells Thaddeus Ross, "Okay, look, you will obey Captain. Okay, you will obey Captain Simon Riker, and you will fear Hopesick, the Werewolf." I'm like, oh shoot! Now I remember this guy. Yeah, back when Marvel tried doing a new adaptation, the Howling Commandos, they had a character there by the name of Warwolf. He was described as like Solid Snake being a werewolf, basically, you know. But now he doubles as a scientist. So yeah,
He got a minor. He got a minor in his degree. You know?
yeah. Okay, there you go. You know. But regardless, it looks like he's going to be the one directly in charge of, you know, performing experiments on Thaddeus Ross, which I get what the writer's trying to do. This is going to be a little bit of role reversal because, you know, of all the years, Thunderbolt Ross was trying to make an experiment out of Bruce Banner, but now the opposite is happening now here, you know? But, and reading that last page, all I'm thinking about is, Mother Beeper, you wait till the end of this story. You just wait until I get these chains off and I'll show you the red in the red, white, and blue. Like, damn. John Walker, please come up in the next issue. Please, come on. I need to see Benjamin Percy write John Walker in this story so
I got
badly.
to meet Ben Percy
Oh man, that's cool.
at Uncanny.
That's
We didn't talk about this book. We talked about Helverine.
Hell,
So
you should. I wish you would have told him that you're my number one pick for writing John Walker. You know,
I didn't
I
know
love
he
your Reddit.
wrote this book. In my
Yep.
defense, and also I was with my
Mhm.
friend who loved Akihiro, and we were
Mhm.
talking about him. And all I
Mhm.
wanted was the Aurora Akihiro fucking reunion. That's all I want. And now I have to
Gotcha.
wait. Fun fact: he has a really deep voice, and I was not expecting that when he first started talking.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
you learn something new when you meet them, you know? So,
he was cool though. He was chill.
a bit. Yeah. Man, Red Hulk book. I know this is like one of those books that just came out because of the hype of like an MCU movie, you know, with Captain America 4. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite books of the year right now, you know, just Thunderbolt Ross. Like, damn it, I really want to see the last issue because you know dang well, like, there's gonna be a fight. Yeah, like, there's gonna be a prison break. Thunderbolt Ross is gonna rip Warwolf a new one, audience, you know, like, and I can't wait to see that. So yeah, that's really how the issue ends. And yeah, we got through all the books, audience. Yay!
Cool. I want to go make some ramen. I'm
Doesn't
hungry.
matter.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Well, thank you all for joining us, you know. So all right. So
And
See you guys next week. Bye.
night, sleep tight. Don't let the vampires bite.
hey.